In this video, I'm going to be talking about attention. Attention is the focusing of mental resources. And there are a few different types. Generally speaking, you have a limited amount of information that you can pay attention to at any one point. There are tons of stimuli continually coming in through your sense organs, your eyes, your ears, your skin. You cannot fully focus on all of those. And so the first type of attention is selective attention. And that is focusing on a specific aspect of experience that is relevant while ignoring others that are irrelevant. So you focus on what's important and you ignore the stuff that is not important. That is selective attention. And this is something that you have to develop as you age. This is not something you are born with. It's something that you grow into. The next type of attention is divided attention. And that is concentrating on more than one activity at the same time. This is going to be multitasking. That is another form of this. So and we'll talk about this in class, how good you are at doing multitasking, how good you are at divided attention based on what your age is. And a big factor in that is the difficulty of the tasks you are doing while you have divided attention. But that is another form of attention that has to develop as you get older. Next, we have sustained attention. And sustained attention is also called vigilance. And this is the ability to maintain attention to a selected stimulus for a prolonged period of time. So being able to focus for a while on something. And again, this is something that you develop as you get older. It's not something you have when you're young. And you can see this in a lot of ways. For example, school length. You cannot expect a 4-year-old to sit at a desk quietly and stay focused for 6 hours straight. It's not going to happen. By the time you're 17, you can expect them to focus for a little longer. Their sustained attention is better. You also see this in television programs for different age groups. You are not going to expect a 30-minute television program with a sustained narrative throughout for a 3, 4, or 5-year-old. That is where Sesame Street comes in. They are short bits. They do not last long. They are independent of each other. You don't have to watch the first one to understand the end of the episode completely, because at that age, the kids do not have sustained attention. It gets better as you get older, so even a 3-year-old or a 5-year-old is better than a 1-year-old, but it's something that continues to develop with time. And then finally, you have executive attention. And executive attention, this involves a lot of things. It involves action planning. It involves allocating attention to goals. It involves error detection and compensation. So when you are working towards a goal, do you notice if something is going wrong, and are you able to fix it to compensate so that you can still reach that goal? It involves monitoring progress on tasks. Are you going to complete it in the amount of time? Do you need to slow up or speed down? And also dealing with novel, which would be new, or difficult circumstances. So again, this is something that is going to develop with age. So all four of these types of attention are also going to be connected to ADHD, attention deficit hyperactivity disorder. You have difficulty potentially with all of these if you have ADHD. It's hard to plan out, you end up procrastinating. It's hard to stay focused for a long period of time. It is hard to have effective divided attention, and it's also hard to pay attention to one specific thing while ignoring the others. So these are all things that you develop with age. Certain factors like ADHD can affect them, but that is attention, and we'll go into more details on specific types starting in infancy in class.